Hey besties, so my cat's sitting on my lap. What's up? So I'll show you my crochet stuff in a minute. I guess I don't know why I started recording, so I don't have anything to start talking about yet. I didn't even put my lip gloss on. I just wanted to show that my cat was on my lap. Okay, hold on. Okay, we're back. And this little cat is much closer in size to this one that I have than the other one that I did, which I'm very happy about. It's still like a little, I don't know, crooked on the edge, which I don't know. I was getting worried and I was like, I should compare the size. And now I did and it works. So, okay. What to talk about? There were some things that I was thinking about yesterday after I finished like talking in the video was like uploaded. Just like other tips about like first dates or whatever, like before you meet the person. I saw this was more about like for straight women who are dating men, but like I still think it's good advice, you know. But they're like, especially if you're meeting someone on an app, like not like through a friend or something, like where your friend can vouch for them and be like, yeah, they're cool. But like, yeah, someone you don't know, they're like, you should like, whatever, if they suggest like meeting up and they're like, let's meet up at this restaurant or whatever, just come up with a reason that doesn't work for you, to see how they react to a no. Because if they don't take no for an answer, then like that's not somebody you even want to be on a first date with. So I was like, that would have been a good thing to put in that last video. That's okay. Things happen. I believe that like everything happens for a reason or whatever. So like if I didn't say it in that video, I wasn't meant to say it in that video, and I was meant to think about it after and say it in this video, because like probably a different set of people are gonna watch both videos, most likely. I don't know, like at least one person watches one and not the other, you know. So yeah, just gonna keep working on my little kitty cat. And oh, speaking of cats, I did get a response back from like a few videos ago. I'll just like tell the whole story, so like if you haven't watched it, because I don't even know which video it would be to like recommend to you. But yeah, so I moved recently and there's a restaurant near our house where like we went and I was wearing a little crochet beanie, and so the server complimented it, and she's like, oh, I crochet too. And I wrote down my phone number on the napkin just because like she was there. My dad was like, you should exchange phone numbers, you can like crochet together. I was like, okay, whatever, sure. I had 3 mimosas too, at this they have like really nice deals on drinks, so I was like 3 mimosas deep. I was like, no, I shouldn't, like, I have a thing about like giving people my number because like I'm a texter, and I think there are a lot of people who aren't texters, and so like I'll text people and like not get a response. I'm just like, oh my god, everyone hates me. And so I'm like, I should probably like stop just like giving out like my number all the time, like, and it's a lot of times it's because my dad's there and he like suggests it too, and so I'm like I don't think anyone really like wants my number, you know. Like, so I'm like, this, I shouldn't do it. But like, yeah, I had 3 mimosas, so it's like, okay, like whatever, I'm not gonna say no. So so I gave her my number. She didn't text me. We went back to eat there like a week later, and she was there again, and she's like, oh my god, sorry I didn't text you, you're probably thinking I like hate you, but I just like I thought I lost the number, and then blah blah blah. And then yeah, she mentioned a girlfriend too, so I'm not like, this isn't a story about me trying to like get with her. But I did text her like recently to tell her, like I was asking her if she used girlfriend the way that like straight girls use girlfriend, like is that your best friend, or are you and I said, are y'all carpet munchers? So I was like 99% sure she was gay. I was like, I'm gonna make a little joke. And then yeah, I was like, are y'all carpet munchers? And then because like the first time we went, she had a tattoo right here, or yeah, I guess on this arm too. So like she had hers is like down here a little more and it's bigger, but I was like, oh, like I asked her about it. I don't remember anything that she said about it because I had 3 mimosas. But we talked about her tattoo, and then I showed her my tattoo. I was like, oh my gosh, yeah, it's like Artemis. And then she asked what it was, like if it meant anything, and my dad was there, and like I was like, because it, like I got this because it was like Artemis is like just the goddess of like the gays, basically. I don't know, like just in my mind it's like she's just like, all of her followers were like women who would just like hang out at night, and like I don't know, I was like, that just sounds like a fun gay time, like I just want an Artemis tattoo, like yeah. So I was like when my dad was there, so I'd be like, it means I'm gay. And also it's like the Midwest, and I'm like not 100% sure, like I don't know just what the vibe is out here yet. I haven't been out here that long, but yeah, so I was like I took a Greek mini class, which is like true, that's like when I came up with the idea for it, and then I didn't get it till like a long time after, but still it was like, yeah, just I would just love art, like it just sounds like a fun time, doesn't it, you know? So I was like, okay. Anyway, so then I texted her like, are you, like when you say girlfriend, is that like the way straight girls use it, or are y'all carpet munchers? Because my Artemis tattoo means that I'm gay. But like, yeah, I didn't want to say it in front of my dad because I remember I had it in my Instagram bio, like lesbian, and it was the last thing on there, and I had like, I don't know, like crocheter, astrologer, cat mom, and then lesbian. And he was like, he made an Instagram because we went backpacking through Europe, so like he was like I was posting on Instagram a lot at the time. I don't really use Instagram. I don't have it on my phone anymore, actually. I didn't like delete the accounts, but still it was like, yeah, so I don't use it anymore, but I was posting a lot at the time, and he was like, we were gonna go on the trip, and he was like wanting to share the pictures, so he made an account, and he was looking at my bio, he read it out loud, and it was like normal voice for all of the other stuff, and he was like, I don't even think he said the lesbian part, he just kind of like stopped reading. And I was like, oh, okay, good to know where you stand on that, okay. But I mean, it's not like I've like had a girlfriend or anything, so like I don't know. And I did like later change it, but anyway, that's not the point. Point is, I told the server that like I asked if she was gay, and I told her that I'm gay, and then I also said that there was like another girl that worked with her that I thought was really pretty. I said so pretty, I'm like, she's just so pretty. And yeah, she texted me back, she's like, she's gay, and she said that's her girlfriend, and then she put in parentheses wife, and I'm like, oh my god, nice, love that for you. And then yeah, she didn't say anything about the other girl though that I said was so pretty, so like I still don't know on that. Which is like, it's fun because if you've watched my other videos, you'll know that like there was a girl that I liked at my old job, and like I remember like we met, and I had this like experience that felt like love at first sight to me, but like I don't think she felt the same way. I know that she didn't feel the same way actually, but like anyway, after that yeah, I told my like friends, like my gay friends about her at like, it was literally an event called Dyke Day, and it was like, I was like, oh my god, there's this girl that I work with, she's so pretty, and I think I found her on Instagram, but she didn't really have like, she wasn't really active on it, so she just had like an account with like one profile picture, but like nothing really else. So I was like, you can barely see her in this picture, but like look, she's so pretty, and like they're like, oh my god, yeah, she could be like an Instagram model, like I'm surprised she doesn't like use this like account more. And I'm like, oh my god, yeah, like so true. Anyway. So yeah, at that like Dyke Day, after I told them that, my friend was like, you should like subtly like hint that like you might be queer, and like ask her about, like if you see her like on Monday, ask her, like you can be like, hey, how was your weekend, and then like she'll tell you, and then when she asks you like, what about you, and you can be like, well, I went to something called Dyke Day with my friends from high school, and then it's not just like, hey, I'm gay, you know, it's like, you know, throwing the hint out there, and then maybe she'll ask. And then, yeah, so she gave me like this whole plan. But the thing is, like, we didn't work together that often, and so like we definitely didn't work together that Monday. We didn't work together till like Friday night, and then it was like super busy. So like I didn't really get a chance to ask if she was gay for a long time. Then she started dating a guy, and I was like trying to, like, I was like, whatever, I'll get over it. And like trying to move on. And then we started, yeah. So the point is, I've been hurt in the past before by not asking if a girl was like gay, like even possibly interested in me before like deciding that we were soulmates and planning our whole future together. And oh gosh, yeah, so now I'm like trying to ask, and then I just didn't even get an answer. I'm like, oh gosh, I've been doing this wrong. That's okay. It's like not even noticeable. You won't even be able to tell. Okay. It's just, I thought I was on the front side, not the back side, so the stitches are just like, the color changes are gonna be slightly different than the rest. It doesn't matter. Yeah, what was I talking about? Wop, wop, wop. My brain is just like blank, sorry. Like, just like the one person involved is all I can, I'm like, I know it was about her, but I don't remember what part, because like, okay, yeah, just not asking if she was gay. Okay, yeah. Yeah, then she eventually told me she's asexual, and I don't know. I guess I could have asked more details, like, what about, like, are you, like, hetero-romantic? Are you, because, like, I don't know. That's not, like, a deal breaker to me, but, like, we stopped being friends for other reasons anyway, but, like, yeah. I did have a list. I had a list in my head. I never like wrote it down or even like typed it out in my notes app or anything, but like I had a mental list of every every reason that I thought she was like definitely gay. Like we were whatever. We were working together once. It was a restaurant, so there's like the drink station. I was a food runner getting drinks. That was my favorite job because I would get tipped out from the servers and not really have to deal with the customers that much. I just like make the drinks and like run them out. And that's pretty much it. I just say like, this is the, like, whatever. I'm not gonna say the names of the brands because they're all like on the boycott list for the BDS movement. We don't talk enough about how BDS movement and BDSM have the same initials. Anyway, that's not for me. That's, someone else can have that discussion, but I don't know. There's something there. I'm just, yeah, anyway. So I'm just like, here's your sodas, whatever, sometimes water, sometimes like, it's annoying when people order coffee, which like, okay, how am I gonna, okay, my dad and I recently started watching a show, and one of the actors in it was like, someone, which I'd seen the show before, we're rewatching it, I should say. So like, I watched the show, and then one of the actors came in to the restaurant that I worked at, and he ordered half decaf, half regular coffee. I was like, oh my god, that's so annoying, because like, first of all, we basically make a fresh pot of coffee every time someone orders it, because like, just no one orders coffee. Really, like at the restaurant I worked at in particular, like it wasn't a Denny's or anything, you know what I mean? So yeah, it was like, no one's, like barely anyone's ordering coffee, except for like, sometimes we do fundraisers where there's like a bunch of old people that came in for like their, I don't know, like bingo group fundraiser, and it's like all the proceeds go to the group or whatever, and like there'd just be, the restaurant would be packed with old people and they'd all like order coffee, but like other than that, no one's ordering coffee. So if you order coffee, we're making a fresh pot basically. And he ordered half decaf, half regular, and so did the person that he came with. So it was like, we have to make 2 pots of coffee and like mix them together. Like, oh my gosh, it's like, that was really annoying to me. But anyway, so now when I'm watching the show, I'm just like, how dare you, you know? But it's fine. What else can I say? Oh my gosh, I started telling this story also a little bit and then I kind of got sidetracked. But there was like I went on one date from a dating app with a man. Uh, he had like an interesting, I don't want to like give it away. Like, I don't know, just like personal details, but like he had like interesting facial hair. Let's put it at that. And like, I was like interested in the picture, and we started texting, and he was like actually pretty funny, and also I'm really funny and like just good at coming up with funny texts. So then like someone will text me and I'll think of something funny, and then I'll be like laughing to myself, and then I'll be like, oh my gosh, I must be like in love with this person. But it's just like I'm just funny actually. um, so yeah, sorry, there's something in my tooth. So we were texting a lot, and it was just like he was really funny too, but like yeah, a lot of it usually felt like a lot of my compact crushes tended to just be like on myself, I guess. Like anyway, but yeah, he made me laugh, and so like we ended up, I agreed to meet him. That was like the first time, like I'd matched with a lot of people. Obviously I'm like gorgeous, right? But like so I got a lot of matches. I got like like when my ex-boyfriend first broke up with me, that was like mostly when, that was like the only time I really used it actually. And I was kind of just like thinking like, I don't know, maybe I would just, now that I had sex for the first time, maybe I could like just do like the casual sex thing like it seems like everyone else is doing sometimes. Like I know not everyone else is doing it, but like when you're watching TV and like everything, like I don't know, it seems like everyone's doing it, and obviously like the people who aren't doing it aren't like talking about not doing it. So I don't know, it just seems like it felt like I should have been doing it, and so I was like, okay, maybe I should like go on the dating apps and just like try like hooking up with people, see how that goes. Like I didn't, yeah, meet up with anyone. Nothing happened with this guy. Like we didn't even kiss. And so like yeah, we were supposed to meet up for a movie. What was the movie? Parasite. We went to see Parasite. It was so good. Watch Parasite if you haven't seen it. Yeah, so it was like a movie with subtitles, right? And it was like a really like we couldn't like make out during the movie because we have to be reading it. And he's like, I think he's like a film buff. He worked on a TV or he worked for like a movie like adjacent company. Like he like drove trucks for some, I don't know. It doesn't matter. But yeah, so he was like a movie guy, and I like had seen a bunch of people talking about Parasite on Twitter and how good it was, and I was like, okay, so it was like a movie that we both wanted to see. So it was, yeah, again, we're not like making out during it. And then, like for some reason, like I really like, we got some like drinks beforehand and we were like talking, and like the movie theater that we were in is in Los Angeles. It's like the ArcLight theater, so it was like I think one of the only places it was playing. Okay, this is the point of the story, is like it was really far away from where I lived, like maybe an hour drive or so. And so like I asked him if I could invite like my friend who I was like secretly in love with, like on our date, because at this point like we had gotten pretty close. Like I said, we didn't really like get a chance to talk at first, but then like she was dating a guy, and then like I was trying to get over her and like dated a guy, because like I don't know, I was like questioning if I was a lesbian or like maybe bisexual. And also, I don't think I've mentioned this before, I'd never I had my like 2 kisses with girl, 3 technically, 3 kisses with girls, but like they didn't count to me. Which like I remember watching Never Been Kissed, and like she's like, oh yeah, I've kissed people on dares before, but like it doesn't count. And I remember getting really upset because I was like, I've never been kissed, but like then I look back and I'm like, I actually had the same thing. But like I got so mad when I heard that in the movie. I was like, no, it should have been never, you know. Like But yeah, but like I get what it, like I felt like I'd never been kissed because I kind of forgot, to be honest, about the first kiss, like in 5th grade. And then there was like a kiss as a dare, but then like I don't know, it didn't feel even really like that real to me because it wasn't even a dare to me. Like it was a dare to someone else, and they're like, I'll only do it if Lauren does it. And so then I got like dared by association, and so it wasn't even like a real dare. So yeah, I was like, I've never been kissed, and I was like about to turn 25. I was getting really close to being 25, and I was like, oh my gosh, like what, am I ugly? Like everyone hates me. And I was like, no, I've been sexually assaulted. Like and at that point it was like multiple times, like two different guys that I'd worked with had like made a move on me that I like was not trying to like have them do. And yeah, anyway, so yeah, I was like kind of been like sexually, you could say, like harassed, I guess, because it wasn't like, I don't know, I would say sexual assault. It's like I've been sexually assaulted twice, and never really been kissed, and like never really been like asked on a date, except for like one time in high school, which I mentioned this before. The guy was like duct taped to a chair because he was like too nervous to just ask me, and I didn't even really like him, and like I don't know, just like nothing's really going well. And then like the girl that I like is dating a guy, and like I just like gotta move on, blah blah blah. And yeah, so this guy, like I started a second job because I moved into that girl's boyfriend's apartment with him. Him and his brother were like looking to move out of their parents' house, I guess, or like no, he was living with other coworkers, and then they like got stuff happened. So he needed a new place to live, his brother needed a place to live, and I needed a place to live. And so yeah, I like moved in with her boyfriend, the girl that I thought was the love of my life, and I'm like, I'm gonna move in with her boyfriend. Crazy. Anyway, so it was like I never see her. Like I tried making plans with her before. There was like, when I first started that job, I was a host, and there's another host, and she told me like, that girl and I are like best friends. I was just at their house, we were playing Nintendo Switch together, blah 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 blah. I'm like, okay, so like I'd hung out with the other host a few times. I'm like, I could hang out with her, and like she can invite the other people, like her and the girl's brother worked there too. So I was like, okay, like here's my way in, you know, like my chance to talk to her. We could like hang out outside of work sometime. Like I got the, you know, like the other host is like giving me, you know, kind of like a pass by inviting me, like saying that like, oh, I must be cool, you know, like but then like every time we tried to make plans, it was like somebody was scheduled, like there just like weren't enough people to like working to like cover all the shifts without at least one of us. So it was like we never actually got to like make those plans. Anyway, where am I going with that? Okay. Yeah, so like the girl I like doesn't like me, and like there's this other guy at my new job who's like apparently likes me, or like it seems like he's flirting with me. Like I've never really been one to like tell. Not to go on another tangent, there was one time I was at like a gay bar with my friends from high school, and there was a girl who came up and like talked to me, and I think she told me that I was pretty, or she liked my shirt or something. Oh, she liked my shirt, and the thing is, I'd come from work, and my friend texted me like, do you want to go gay it up in LA? And so I went like straight from work to his brother's place in LA, where like they were like pre-gaming, and then we were gonna go to a club, and then so I was still in my work uniform, and I borrowed a shirt from his brother. So I was like, she was like, I like your shirt. I was like, oh thanks, it's not mine, it's his brother's. And I like pointed at my friend, and like she's like, oh okay. And like yeah, I think she kind of like, she told me her name, but I couldn't really hear it because it was really loud, and I was like, okay, like I just thought she was complimenting me, I guess. And then like the next morning, my friend whose brother's shirt I was borrowing, he was like, she liked you, she was like watching you, like when you were dancing and stuff, she was like looking at you. And I was like, what? What do you mean? Like, oh my gosh, I thought she just liked your brother's shirt, and it, like, it's not even my shirt, so like she did compliment me, but it's like on the one thing that's like not mine, so it's like, I don't know. You know the episode of How I Met Your Mother where like he goes on a date? I don't really remember that many details. I think it's, he calls her blah blah, maybe. He's like blah blah, I don't remember her name, but like I could be mixing her up with another girl that Ted dated, but like yeah, he goes on a date with like the future mom's roommate, right? And yeah, I definitely think I'm mixing two girls up. It's been a while. But yeah, he goes to her apartment and like they go into her room, and he points out like everything in her room that's her roommate's. She's like, oh, look at this album, I love this album. She's like, that's my roommate's. Oh, I love this book, that's my roommate's. And so it's like, okay. And then he doesn't meet the roommate, so like we're not introduced to the titular mother for quite a while. But yeah, that's basically how, what was I talking about? Why did I bring that up? Sorry. It would be so nice to just like edit these little things out. Okay, I was like, not to go on another tangent, but yeah. Oh gosh, I think I need to do a color change. Oh, okay. I just can't forget. Sometimes I'll like be like, I need to do a color change. Don't forget, don't forget, don't forget, don't forget, don't forget. And then it's like, oh shit, I forgot. Or like on this one, it's supposed to be 3 more stitches in than this one. So like sometimes I'll do it and I'll be like, okay, remember to keep going. Like, don't change where I changed last time, change 3 stitches later. And then I'll be like down here and be like, wait, I was supposed to go 3 stitches in. Wait, did I do that before? Wait, no. And then I gotta like frog the whole row. Anyway. Chirpity chirp. Yeah, okay, not to go off on another tangent, but here's another tangent, and now I don't know what I was talking about. I'm so sorry. I'm sure if you're watching this, like, you're used to that by now. Okay. Thanks, besties. I feel so safe here. I can just be myself with my hairy armpits and my bad counting. I'm actually really good at math. You're actually pretty bad at math. I was really good at math, except for like when we learned about limits, because then I just kept going, the limit does not exist. The limit does not exist. The limit is -1. I remember seeing that and being like, oh, calculus is actually like probably kind of easy, because all these numbers are just like the limit is -1. Oh no, the limit does not exist. Meow. And then yeah, I was pretty good at math. Katie Heron was an inspiration. No. Let's talk about Mean Girls the musical. Oh, you know what, I haven't seen it. I listened to it and I was like, I hate this. I watched a video essay on YouTube, a couple maybe, about why it's bad, so I don't feel like I'm missing out. But I did want to talk about Hadestown again. My Hadestown video is like is doing the best, almost one of the top ones view wise. Anyway, I was outside. Okay, so I like wake up in the morning when this little fella is hungry, he wants breakfast. I gotta get up and feed him, and then depending on how early it is, sometimes it's like 5:30 in the morning and it's still dark outside. Sometimes he'll like let me sleep in a little longer. Like if the sun's starting to come up, I'll start making tea, and then like do a little tarot card pull and like journal a little bit. And then like I was crocheting a little bit, and like my dad left for work, and so now I'm filming. But anyway, like why did I start talking about that? Yeah, okay, so I went outside with the cats, because like I opened the door, otherwise sometimes I try to come back in and go to sleep, but then my other cat Paul is like meowing at the door, and so I'm like, okay, I gotta get up. And then it was really nice outside today, so I was like, okay, I'll go outside with you guys. And I was just like singing Hadestown to myself, and then I started literally just like crying, and it happened like 3 times. It was wild. And I was thinking about like, because I like singing all the different parts. I have my moon in Gemini, and I like just doing like different voices, like for not just Hadestown, but like any musical, any like song with like a duet. I'm doing both parts. I'm like, wake me up inside, can't wake up. Wake me up inside, save me, come on. Yeah, I'm doing both parts. I'm doing all the parts that I can do physically. Les Mis, oh my gosh. I have a tattoo of the song where like all the people are singing over each other. It says, another day, another destiny. Isn't that so inspirational? Oh my god. Love it. Anyway. So I was outside, yeah, just singing. I kept going back and forth between Doubt Comes In, like the end, the climactic song, and then for some reason I'd want to go back to like the la 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 la, and then like you're on the lam, you're on the run, don't give your name, you don't have one, and then I'd be like, that's a different song, but I just like, because the la 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 la's, I'd go into it. But I was trying to sing Doubt Comes In and like I was going over just in my head, because like my Apple Music like payment information isn't working, and so Apple Music isn't working for me, and I'm like, I keep meaning to like fix it, like when my dad's here. Then he's like, we got Sirius Radio, so, and then I tried to do that and it's like not working on my phone, so I couldn't listen to it basically. I could have, but I was like, okay, well, I know it all. I'm just like singing it by myself and trying to go, but like especially that song, like I got mixed up with the like Eurydice's parts when she's like, I'm like, is this the darkest hour and the darkest night, or the coldest night of the coldest year? Which one's first, which one's second, which part of the song are we at now? Like, so I was trying to go through just in my head, like sorting out. I'm like, okay, so this one starts, she starts, oh Orpheus, are ya listening? And then yeah, so I'm like, okay, that one's first, and then the other one's second, Orpheus, you are not alone, and then like trying to like build them like myself, and then it's like it's so good and so sad, and just like, oh my god, it's a sad song, but we sing it anyway. I was thinking about getting a tattoo of that, like it'd be like a collarbone tattoo, and be like, it's a sad song, and then like Eurydice maybe, there'd be like Orpheus up on one collarbone, I don't know which way, Eurydice on the other. It'd probably be this way, so like Orpheus is here, Eurydice is here, and it'd be like, it's a sad song but we sing it anyway, and kind of like down below the collarbone and then above it, kind of like asymmetrical. I thought that'd be cool. I don't know, I don't think I'm gonna get it, but like I just thought about it a lot, because it is a sad song but we sing it anyway. Yeah, but I just like, I wasn't even listening to it, I wasn't watching it. I do rewatch it a lot, and like I'll cry. It feels so silly. I'll cry at just like it's not the beginning, but it's like near the beginning. It's the wedding, not the wedding song yet. Yeah, it is the wedding song. She's like, lover, tell me if you can, and then she's like, sing the song. He's like, la 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 la. Wait, no, it's the one before that. He's saying, I sang a song so beautiful, it brings the world back into tune, back into time. That's the part, like, it brings the world back into tune, back into time. That always makes me tear up. And all the flowers will bloom. Yeah. So I always cry when I get to that part when I'm rewatching it, and then obviously, like, I cry again, like, near the end, and sometimes, like, there'll just be, like, another part, like, during the whole show, at some point. I'm like, oh my gosh, this line is so good, like foreshadows this other part, and like blah blah blah, and like this, and like, I'm just like, it's so good. Yeah, but like I wasn't even watching it, I wasn't even listening to it, I was just thinking about it in my head, singing it myself, and just sobbing. Like, it was ridiculous. Anyway, Wasabi, do you like Hadestown? What are your thoughts? Interesting. I should get him a mic so you can hear him better. Yeah, good point, good point. Oh my gosh, okay, so this just popped in my head, so I guess we'll talk about it. So the girl that I was talking about before that I like felt like it was love at first sight for me, but it wasn't for her. Like we started hanging out more after like she broke up with her boyfriend, and then my boyfriend broke up with me. My broken boyfriend did me. So we were both like, we had both ended relationships recently, and then we were like spending more time together. So I'd like go over to her place sometimes, but like her brother didn't want people over at their place a lot, so like it wasn't like super common, and she didn't want to come to my place because I lived with her ex-boyfriend now. But anyway, and his brother, who like also like made a pass at her, and he made a pass at me. But anyway, that didn't happen yet. That was until like Christmas. But anyway, so we were hanging out a lot more. And like I'd go to her place, and she had a cat, and like as I said before, I'm very funny. And so we'd be hanging out, and I'd like say something funny, and then she would laugh, and then her cat would like attack her, and she's like, oh sorry, he doesn't like laughter. I'm like, oh, okay, great. So yeah, that cat was like my nemesis. I was like, how dare you, I'm trying to make a girl laugh and you're trying to ruin it for me. Anyway, yeah. Also, you know how cats like purr and they like vibrate? I started, like, my other cat he's not very affectionate, and so he doesn't sit on my lap very much. But like he will sometimes, if the conditions are right. And so I was like, okay, I was experimenting. I was like, I wonder if he would like if I started vibrating back. And he did. He like, see, he like kind of like relaxed. So that's a tip for you if you have your cats like sitting on you. You can always just shake a little bit, vibrate back at them. Good stuff. Oop. What's up, little buddy? What's up, little buddy? He's like a little baby. Do you have anything else to say to the people? I feel like I should just get up and turn the camera off. It's been like 37 minutes, almost 38, but I have a cat on my lap, so I can't. Yeah, this is like an excuse that I'll use a lot. Okay, there we go. An excuse I'll use a lot with my dad. He's like, or like the other cat will be outside trying to get inside, and I'm like, I can't get up, I have a cat sleeping on me, sorry. And then he sent me, like, this is one Facebook post that, like, sometimes he'll just, like, send me ones, and I'm like, why do you think I would even like this? Like, but this one I was like, that's funny. It was, like, Santa Claus, and he had a cat sleeping on his lap, and everyone else was standing around, like, Mrs. Claus, and, like, all the elves are a reindeer or whatever. He's like, I guess Christmas is canceled. Everyone's like, yeah, okay. Checks out. Anyway, Facebook can be funny too. I guess they probably got that from somewhere else. It looked like a newspaper, kind of like, you know, so they probably did get it from a newspaper. Oh gosh, my rings. I figured when I started this video that the rings might be coming off because I was like crocheting. Like, oh gosh, here we go. Alright, so we remembered the color change is later, but oh gosh, that's way later. It was only supposed to be 3 stitches. I did like 5. 1, 2, 3. What the heck was I doing? Okay. I'm all discombobulated. Okay, and then we gotta, okay, so we gotta do the blue again and then just yarn over with the white. Here we go. I missed again. Okay, sorry, thrilling saga of the cat tapestry. I'm really excited. It's gonna look so cute, and then like with the dark blue here. But I need to work on the sun too. I'll finish this one and then start working on the sun, just because I already had the full cat already. I already said already. But yeah, I had the full cat and then frogged it. So I'm like, I'm pretty sure I have enough white yarn to do the white cat, but will I have enough to do the background for the blue cat? I'm not sure. Then what? I think I got this yarn at Joann. I went to Michael's. I don't see it. I didn't see anything like it. So, oh, we'll see. We'll see. It's like there's never a break. There's always just, am I gonna have enough yarn for this next thing that I'm working on? Although, okay, so when I was doing the sun, I was working with this little lesbian yarn. And it's like, it's a big one. So yeah, I was like getting near the end. I did run out of white yarn, got more white. They didn't match, had to frog it and start over. But I was like, okay, so I don't really like this one either. The color scheme is like too dark. I like this one better. And there's way more. And I was like really close to running out of this. I was like hanging on by a thread. So hopefully these combined look better. Because this is like a brighter white too. Which it might have just been the old one was like old and like maybe dirty or something, but like it just looked like duller. So this is like a brighter, funner, fuller, you know, white, and then the like lighter colors of the like lesbian pride flag, like, because this one it's just too dark. It's the purple is just too dark, and I'm like, and the red is too red. I just don't like it. So. And I don't even think they're supposed to be purple and red. I think they're supposed to be pink and orange. But well, I was thinking about it the other day, and then I was like, my logic kind of fell apart. Because I'm like, okay, so if you think of like girls are red and then boys are blue, so like that's where you get like the bisexual flag being like, it's more like pink and blue, and then purple in between because they like both. And then like the lesbian flag is like red, but then like, okay, so I'm like, it's all red, and then this is how I visualize it. So like the whole thing's red, and then it kind of like sucks down, and then the red gets like pulled out to the top and the bottom. And so that leaves the white strip in the middle. I don't know why it's like so complicated. So the red goes, and then it's like changed a little bit though, because it turns like orange and like pink. But I think it's orange and pink. But these are like red and purple, and so I'm like, okay, it's like a little bit off from what I would have done if I was making lesbian flag pride yarn. Pride flag. I said flag pride. Whatever. Yeah, it's not how I would have done it. And then like I pointed out, the bisexual yarn too is like, I think it's like more purple and pink than blue and purple and pink. And also I saw a post on Pinterest that was like, I don't like the bisexual flag, like the purple is like, it doesn't fit with the other purples. And then someone was like, it was a Tumblr post I think that they screenshotted. So someone else was like, there's like, we could take the stripe from the asexual flag and put it in. And so they like did this whole like picture thing, like in a bunch of pictures in a row. There's like a helicopter that like went and pulled out the stripe from the ace flag and like put it in the bi flag, and it looked pretty good. And then someone was like, okay, now put the bisexual purple in the ace flag, and then they like photoshopped that too, and like they looked better. So it's like, maybe we need to like revamp. Well, the yarn thing's like not really a problem anymore because I think it's a Joann brand, and they're going out of business as far as I know. Like I think all their stores are closing. I wanted to call and ask the one that I've been going to since we moved if they're closing, or if they're closed yet, because I was like trying to get more of this. Well, actually I think I wanted more of this blue, but now I don't need it, but I might want more white, but yeah, now it's probably too late. Anyway, if they were even like staying open. Anyway, I have no idea. I should just call and check instead of telling you guys that I thought about it. I don't like the word guys, but like it's very natural, but like Yeah, I had a coworker who would, like, anytime someone would complain about the word guys, he's like, it's gender neutral. And then so I like I said, I use it still. It just like slips out. I try not to, like if I'm thinking about it, like if I'm typing out something, I'm less likely to use it, I think, because I'll be like guys, and then I'll be like, wait, no, I shouldn't say that. I should make it more gender neutral. But like sometimes, yeah, like talking, it just comes out. But anyway, so yeah, he was like, it's gender neutral. Like I hate when girls get upset about being called guys. And so like I started calling him girl. He's like, I'm not a girl. Well, interesting. Interesting. I don't have anything more to say on that. That's all. But yeah, I've had like a couple coworkers that I would like, that were guys that I would like call girl on purpose, because they would like yeah, just like they complained about it or something like that. Yeah, I don't think I've ever, like, I've told people like, hey, don't say gay, like that's so gay, don't say the R slur, don't say like whatever. But like, yeah, that's a whole nother thing. There was one time I was at a party, and there was a non-black person said the N-word, and I was like thinking about like all these tweets that I'd seen from black people who were like, non-black people can't say the N-word. So I was like, hey, I don't think you're supposed to say that, kind of like, I don't know. And then there was like a black guy near us, and like, so I kind of like, I shouldn't have done that, but like I kind of was like, well, we were sitting on the couch and he was just like right there. It wasn't like a random, like across the room, like, hey, come. I was like, what do you think, you know? I don't think it was that bad, I guess. I'm like trying to make him fight my battles for me, like tell them they can't say it or something, but he's like, I don't care. I was like, okay, I guess, but like I know that there are a lot of black people who do care. So like, I don't know. Anyway, that's not what I was gonna say. I was like, I shouldn't even bring this up. Yeah, what are we at now? 47 minutes? Okay. Let me just try to remember what I was talking about before that. What am I doing? 1, 2, 3. That's too many stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, it's not. Okay, perfect. I love that for me. I've been doing that wrong though. I hate that for me. Oh my gosh, I got a comment. You guys are not gonna believe this. So I've been talking a little bit, not in every video, but like sometimes it just comes up about the genocide that Israel is committing in Palestine. I got a comment yesterday that told me I was anti-Semitic. Oh my gosh, can you believe it? Like, oh no. Block. Just kidding. I didn't hit block, but this person has left comments on my other accounts, which by the way, I have other accounts if you want to follow my, or just check out, you don't have to just go follow it right away. My music account, I have, why did I do a color change there? My music account where I wrote some music about Valentine's Day, if you want to check that out. Did I give away any spoilers? I don't think so in this episode. So okay, yeah, I have a Valentine's Day album, and then I have an astrology channel as well. And there's like one person, it's the same account, I've noticed, like comment on all 3 of those channels. There's like something like in my music videos, I had like, music video is such a specific term, but like the videos on my music channel, like I was playing guitar in some of them. There's like, I had my dresser in the background, and like the guitars sit, like 2 guitars. I had an electric guitar and a bass guitar, and then like my acoustic guitar that I was playing. And then I had like this purple, you can't see it really, this like pink heart guitar that like I had from when I was in like 5th grade. This was the first guitar I got, and then like when COVID came and we got like the stimulus checks, I decided to use one to get a guitar, because this and the electric guitar were both in my mom's house, and my mom and I were not on and still aren't really talking, so I was like, I don't have access to my guitar, but I want to play it, and so I bought myself a new acoustic guitar. And then at some point I asked my sister if she could get my guitar, the electric guitar, for me, and then my mom was like, you have to, if you want that, you have to take the pink one. And I was like, okay, whatever. And then it ended up working out for my Valentine's Day album. But anyway, the point is, I had like a couple guitars in the frame of like, so there were 3, maybe a ukulele too, maybe the little kiwi one, but they were all different, right? And so I was like, that was in some of the, like, I was doing covers, and some of the covers I had like 3 or 4 guitar like things in the frame. And then there was one I did a cover of Beg For You by Charlie XCX featuring Rina Sawayama, which apparently there's beef there. Did not know that when I did that song. Oh well. But there's a line in it that's like, make out under the bathroom lights, so I decided to like film that one in the bathroom. So there were no other guitars in this shot, and then for some reason, that was the video, they commented like, how many guitars does this girl have, or something. I was like, what are you even doing? Like, okay, if you're gonna like complain about that, at least do it on one of the ones with multiple guitars. Like, what are you thinking? Anyway, so yeah, this person has also commented probably stuff on my astrology page similar to the anti-Semitism stuff, maybe. Probably something about how astrology is not real. I don't even remember. I was just like, oh, that's the same account that was like, how many guitars does this girl have? Okay. Mute. And then they're like, okay, you're anti-Semitic. Like, okay, you think I care about what you have to say? I don't. Anyway, yeah, so I guess now that I've gotten that little rant out of the way, there was that one other thing that I started talking about that I can't remember. Yeah, anyway, what am I even gonna title this? Okay, when I was crying about Hadestown, I was like, I'm definitely gonna talk about that in the video, and I'm probably gonna just call it I cried about Hadestown again. And then I put a little sad face, but I've already put like 2 sad faces in a row. I cried about Hadestown again, and then a little happy face. That's probably more accurate. Anyway, I love crying about Hadestown. I'm probably gonna go watch. I have another version of it open again, the version with like pre-rewrites that I've talked about. I was like, I really like how some of the lines before they changed them were like really good, so I want to go like rewatch it and like learn those lines better. So I've had it open for a while, just like in an incognito tab. Maybe I'll go watch that now. Yeah, I was just watching another Nikki Christine video where she was talking about self-love, and yeah, that was like the reason I started making my own videos, was because I was watching a Nikki Christine video, and I just like wanted to talk about all the same, like I just related a lot, and I was like, I want to talk about this stuff too, like how did I discover I was a lesbian, you know? That was specifically the video. It's like how I discovered I was gay. I think it says like despite the sign, or like after missing the signs. And then I called mine like how I realized I was a lesbian despite the odds. But anyway, and then yeah, there was a Rowan Ellis video called Unhinged Lesbian Rants About Black Mirror's Queer Conspiracy, and then in it she talks about San Junipero and Hotel Reverie, and I'd already seen San Junipero from like a Tumblr post about like gay episode or like gay content you could watch. Specifically, it was like, here's some gay content with, or like lesbian content where they don't die in the end. And so I watched it, and then I was kind of like, what? They definitely died. Like, what do you mean? But like, I get they still kind of live together. But like, so yeah. Then I was watching Hotel Reverie, and then Rowan Ellis was like talking about how the lesbians always get like the happy endings. And then I watched Hotel Reverie, and I was like, that is not like a happy ending. But like, I guess she didn't mean, like, she meant like the part in, if you've seen it, when they're in the simulation, and they're like, the time, like nobody can see what's happening, and they're like, everyone else is frozen in the simulation, and like the people outside the simulation, like the guy spilled his drink on the computer or whatever, so like yeah, they can't see, so they're alone in a simulation, just like two lesbians falling in love. I think that's what she was saying, was like that was like a really like happy, peaceful time, but then one of them doesn't even remember it, and then like the ending is just like, I was crying so much anyway. But yeah, so if you want to watch that first video that I made, it was Unhinged Lesbian Rants about Rowan Ellis's Black Mirror video, I think. That was like the first time I was like, I'm just gonna, like, I was just crying and I just wanted to talk about it. And so I was like, I'm gonna just make a YouTube video because I want to talk about, and Nikki Christine is making YouTube videos and I want to make them, and Rowan Ellis is making YouTube videos and I want to make them. And yeah, I've like wanted to make YouTube videos for a long time, but like we didn't have the same technology when I was a kid. Like my phone had a camera on it, but like I couldn't have like filmed vlogs like this. And then like, yeah, I got an iPad, but I don't think it was really like I wasn't aware, like looking back, I'm like, I technically could have probably, but also like I was living with my mom who was like emotionally abusive and like verbally just like my parents yelled at each other a lot, and then like looking back I'm like, I think my mom yelled a lot, and then like other people, like my brother and my mom defended themselves from the yelling, and then she just like kept yelling like the same points over and over again. And it was like, okay, so it was like not really the best environment for making YouTube videos. So sometimes I'm like, oh, I should have started when I was younger, like I'd probably have like more of a following by now, I'd probably be making money off my channels by now if I'd started sooner. But like I don't think I really could have started sooner. I think like, as I said earlier, I think like everything kind of happens for a reason, and the more I look into like astrology and stuff, it's like, okay, there's like timing, and like you can't just like decide to become a famous YouTuber when you're like 16 or whatever, like everyone would. I think I was younger, but like, yeah, just in high school, like everyone would just decide that, and like, well, not everyone obviously, but like, yeah, sometimes some people can do that and some people need to take more time for some reason. I don't know, like it doesn't always make sense to me, but I'm like, okay, at least I can just like put my trust in that like everything, the timing is gonna work out the way that it's meant to, right? Like if there's a meant to be, then it has to work out that way because it's meant to be, right? So I don't know, they say like nothing that's meant for you will miss you, but yeah, when I was okay, so there's a technique in astrology called secondary progressions, where you look so like the day that you were born, you look at where the planets are, that's your birth chart. The next day that you were, like after that, you were born, where the planets are, it doesn't change much, but I'll get into it in a sec. But so the day after you were born represents like the first year of your life. So like the day you were born would be like from 0 to 1, and then the second day, or the first day after you were born, would be like the first year after the, so like when you're 1 to 2, right? So like every day represents a year of your life. So like for the first 3 months or so, if you live to be 90 years old, like 3 30-day months, you have like one day, like whatever's happening in the sky on this day is going to represent how your life appears in the year that like it corresponds to. So basically not much changes, but sometimes you'll get like a planet ingressing into a new sign. The moon changes a lot. Not like, I mean, it changes sign every like 2.5 days, so it changes progress sign every 2.5 years. Like a planet could go retrograde, like a lot of people will probably have like Mercury going retrograde or stationing direct or something at some point in their life, because Mercury goes retrograde pretty often. And then like Venus goes retrograde every 1.5 years or so, the Mars every like 2 years or so, and then like the planets beyond that are like every year they go retrograde for like 4 months or so. But yeah, it depends on which planet obviously, but like So a lot of planets can go retrograde, they can change signs and stuff. So like my Venus goes from Libra into Scorpio, and then it goes retrograde, and it goes retrograde when I'm 42. And I remember thinking just like, oh my god, like that. So like when secondary progressed Venus stations retrograde, that could mean like you're getting married, and then if it goes direct again, that could mean like a divorce, or it could also do with like singing, like a singer's career might take off when their Venus stations or whatever stations retrograde or direct. But yeah, basically it just represents like a change in the like dynamics. And so like Venus has to do with relationships and like love and stuff. And so like Venus retrograde when I'm 42 could mean I get married when I'm 42. I'm like, oh my god, that's so old, I might as well just die now. I don't want to wait that long, you know, like I was just so upset. But anyway, I'm trying. And then I was looking into like zodiacal releasing too, like trying to figure out like, okay, what day am I gonna meet my partner, like the future love of my life. And like I had like a couple of times picked out. I'm like, okay, this is gonna sound like overly complicated if you don't know astrology, or even if you know astrology but you don't follow like Chris Brennan and like the Hellenistic group, and like if you don't know what zodiacal releasing is, but like if I release from spirit, like I could see it this day. If I release from like fortune, it could be this day. If I release from Eros, it could be this day. And I had like multiple dates planned out. I'm like, okay, April 2nd of this year, or if it's not that, then like April 14th of like 2 years later, or blah blah blah. And like I remember I had like one day picked out, like one of the Aprils, and then my dad was like, hey, do you want to go to a baseball game on this day? I was like, you know what? Yeah, I do. I like normally would say no because I don't really care about sports, and like I feel like they're just an opportunity to like be advertised to. Like I don't care about the games, and then like I'm just passively watching advertisements for no reason, basically, is how I feel about sports. But like if you go to the game, you can like have a drink and like get the food there. So it's like I was like, okay, whatever. And I was like, this is one of the days on I might meet my soulmate. And so I was like, yeah, you know what, I will go to the game. And I got all like dressed up and stuff, and I looked really cute. And I was like, maybe I'll be like sitting next to somebody who's like my soulmate. And then like we got there and like my seat was on the aisle, and I was like not next to anyone, and like I didn't meet anyone there. I was like looking around and like just like not having, like, yeah, I didn't see anyone that I was like interested in, and just like it's like got all dressed up for nothing. So yeah, it's like still hasn't happened yet, but like yeah, it probably won't for a while. And like then I think like, okay, if that means like get married at 42, that means I probably meet the person and we start dating earlier. Like I could just decide, like, what if I want to like be engaged for 10 years before I get married, then I'll like meet my partner now. Or like 12, I'd still have to be 12 years. I'd have to be engaged for 12 years if I met my partner now and got married at 42. And I'm like, oh my god, it's just so long. Like I just want to like skip forward to it, like see what does it mean. But like yeah, it's important to like live it out, I guess. And like the timing has its reasons, and like I'm sure like once I do meet the person and like we, you know, get to know each other, it'll like make sense or something. But like I'm just like, I want it now. Oh well. Maybe now I can try, like, because I was like after my ex-boyfriend broke up with me, I was like, maybe I should try like just like hooking up with a bunch of people. It's like maybe now that would work better now that I know I'm gay, and like maybe now that I'm like more open to like being like in a polyamorous situation, like dating someone who's already like in a relationship and being like a side piece or something, not like a side piece but like a secondary partner, like something like that. I don't know, now that I'm like more open to it, maybe I should try the apps again. And since I moved, I'll have like more options maybe, but like not more but different. I'll have less but different options. So I moved from Los Angeles to the Midwest, so it's like there's a lot of stuff going on. Like that was never a problem I had where like I just ran out of like swipes. Someone was saying that on a podcast. I started watching a podcast called Queer Collective, which is like they're talking about polyamory a lot, which is why I'm like thinking about that. But anyway, yeah. Oh gosh. Oh well. Yeah, maybe it would work better for me now, but oh yeah, I was listening to that podcast and I think someone said like dating apps in some places is just like you swipe and then you're done. It's like, oh, okay. That wasn't really my problem. There were like girls that seemed like too good to be true. I'm like, this is definitely a catfish. That was an issue that I had a lot. Or like I would send a message and they wouldn't respond or something. And I was doing more than just like, hey, kind of thing. Like I would try to do something funny or like unique. Like I wouldn't always get a response. Or like I think a lot of people were on there. I know a lot of people were on there just like promoting their Instagrams or promoting their OnlyFans or something. So it was like just like not very good options, but I had a lot of options. And then there was like also like when I had it set for women, I would see like a lot of couples looking for a unicorn, which like again like that was not something I was interested in back then. I was like, I don't really want to do that. But now I think I'd be like, oh, okay, I'll try it. Like, why not? But like still usually like it's like a I don't want to stereotype, but like it's usually like a hot girl and then like the guy's kind of like so and I'm just like, I'm not really like, how much am I gonna have to like deal with him, you know? And then there was a part of me that was like, I want to like go on the apps and like swipe right on all those people that are those couples looking for a third and then like try to convince the girl to like leave the guy for me, which is like like why do I want that so bad, you know? I want someone to leave someone for me because it's like I want to be chosen, but like that's so unhealthy and then they're just gonna like choose someone else over me later when they get bored. So like yeah, that's not something I want, but it's something that I like think that I want, I guess, you know? All right, well now we're over an hour and I've kind of like run out of stuff to say, and I think I still think there was one thing that I was like going to talk about and I didn't get back to, but for the most part I think I'm getting a little better, and as these videos, as I keep making them, hopefully they'll just like make more and more sense. Less and less tangents that go or like take me off course and like prevent the end of the story that I was gonna start telling. But anyway, yeah, just like go be gay, have a good day or night or whatever, I don't know, your life, have a nice time, whatever. Okay, bye. I don't know what else to say.